Brainstorming and sharing ideas is the funnest part of the creative process. We decided to skip the boring part of actually making stuff and just do the fun part. I'm your host, Tom Walma.
I'm Dan Leach, Grand Poobah of the Templar Order.
I'm Lisa Green, Chicagoland Trash Bag.
I'm Steve Pierce, Last Minute Edition.
And this is Creativity Wasted.
I always come on here with a weird app idea. I think that's been the last 2 times. So my invention pitch is going to be working on this concept, which you may or may not have heard of. It's a strange thing that I love so much, called the boomer ellipses. That's basically how baby boomers, when they're writing out text, they have like the ... And Gen Z people are just like, what is this? What does this mean? I do not understand you. And it's a very interesting linguistic phenomenon because people who are baby boomers, they did a lot of written communication. They did like postcards and stuff. So like, conserving on space, they would just do ... And nowadays we just do like line breaks and stuff. So that's one of many generational differences, but one of the ones that's been like in the news, if you've read the news. So my app that I designed in a conceptual space is called Punksura. And what it does is it goes over all of your text. You just enter in your birthday and it will translate all of your texts and everything for your generation. So there is no confusion. You are not sitting there reading things from your Gen Z coworker talking about things being Gucci, no cap. You understand entirely what they're talking about because we're not using the brain rot terminology. We are using terms that you understand, like gnarly, or in my generation, tight,
What was it? What were you calling it again?
Punksura.
Punksura.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah. How far back do the generations go? Can I do it in the reverse? Can I speak like some old timey guy from like 1800s?
Sure. There's you can buy an in-app purchase for greatest generation tone, where you're just gonna call everything, swell in the cat's pajamas.
Oh boy, that's swell. We're gonna get. I don't know why I made him sound like JFK, but let's go with it.
Because
I hope I get back to my loving wife, Jackie. That's code for Marilyn Monroe.
Okay.
So I could see how it's really useful for old people to understand what the kids are saying, but if it's like your grandma talking and then it converts it into no cap, doesn't that seem a little like Steve Buscemi? Hey, fellow kids, phony to get a text from grandma that says no cap or whatever. I don't even know how to use it in a sentence.
No, I get you. But that's,
I love you, no
first
cap.
Of all, that's part of the fun. But this is such a thing from my friends who have parents, or my friends who are parents who have children. They talk about. I've heard this from multiple people. Like the kids today, they use the term bruh for everybody, absolutely everybody. So it'd be like, we're gonna remove all of the bruhs and just call you by your name like you want to be called. And then, circling back around to the boomer ellipses for, the young kids, would be like, we're just gonna take all of those out and just send another damn message instead. And just, there you go.
What's the difference between bruh and bro? Is it that bro got demonized? Like tech bro, tech bro is like a derogative, so people switched it to a bruh.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, no. So yeah, bro is more that's more gendered. That's more like masculine. Yeah, and then
bruh is like a stoner. Bruh is
it's an emotional reaction. It is a bruh. I can't even bruh.
So yeah,
it is an all-use term apparently.
It's more like a surfer lingo, right? Brah, or that'd be bra. I guess that's bra.
No, that's bra with an A, not bra with a U.
You're right.
I know things.
I guess I don't fully understand the use of bruh, but we can move on.
Nobody does. Nobody does. It's just
That's why I
a
need
word
your
that
app.
we say. Exactly.
That's why you
It will
need
just
your
say, nope, we're going to figure out the context of this and just use other things. For me personally, like for me and all of my other chronically online friends from the aughts, it would remove all the LOLs in our communication because you're not laughing out loud. Why are you lying, Lisa? Why are you doing that? I don't know. It's punctuation, okay?
I still don't get all the acronyms of like OMW, like on my way. Like
Mm-hmm.
I know that one, but it's like occasionally I'll see one. SMH shaking my head is, but I'll see one and it's like, oh, what is that again? I can't remember what that is.
And then you have to call someone to find out. I've done that.
Or
I
or
didn't know
Google
what
it.
LBDS meant half the time, and I had to ask somebody. Then you really feel dumb.
Yeah. There's also this thing called Google. I use it a lot. Whenever I don't understand an acronym, it'll just be acronym, ding, ding, ding. And then it'll be like, well, it's either this, or this. Or sometimes it's just this. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I understand most of them, not all of them.
This is very useful, Lisa. I had a older person, actually a fellow comedian. I think text me like some new person slang, and I'm like, "What the fuck does NY mean? I'm in the hospital. What does not yet? Not you?
I don't know.
No cap,
What the
dead
fuck?"
ass.
And
Yeah,
then there's
like,
people who use like a emoji, another emoji. It's like, what does
Yes.
this mean?
Yeah.
I don't even know how you would translate that.
That one,
Comedian
yeah,
began
that's
in
harder. I
Texas.
wanted to include that, but I was just like, no, that's too hard. And also, South Park already did it, so you can't copy South Park. That'll
No.
already happen.
Could you see a side by side of like what they typed and then what the translation is? Just
Yes,
to
that'd be
like,
very cool.
that would be cool. Instead of like actually changing it, just like have the original to look at and then have the translation in case
I think
there's errors or whatever.
Yeah.
if you use emojis, you have to, when you text back to them, it translates it into Egyptian hieroglyphs, just so you know how they know how you feel.
There you go.
Huh?
There you go.
Yeah, there are some emojis that are definitely they mean certain things. Like the water gun always means an actual gun, never not. Eggplant meaning penis. I'm trying to think if there's other ones, but it's just like just you could translate those very easily, I think. But it's all, I don't know. It's actually a communication thing that is actually very complex for AI to figure that kind of stuff out. Like it's always been trickier to figure out the nuances of language in that way, and that's part of why I'm just like, yes, we need an app for that. You guys need to be on this. Like, figure that shit out. Destroy the world with that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Some sort of intergenerational. If you start adding countries and stuff, that would get super complicated. If you need to translate it, young, old, and then translate it to another.
No, this is a very ethnocentric white person thing. Okay, that's what this is. Because I'm just like, no. There's too many dialects. There's too many other generational things. Like, this is specifically for Pew Research in America. There you go. Like, just that. Just keep it simple. And if other countries want to adapt it, they can.
So if a young person sends me some with a bunch of emojis, instead of hieroglyphics, my response could be sent back in cursive to confuse them.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, you could. You could. Yeah, I had when I was still teaching, I had a student who said like, oh, my professor in my other class asked us all who knew cursive, and only 2 people did. And then he immediately asked like, where did you go to public school? And they said no. And he's like, I knew it.
I knew it.
These kids ain't right.
If you show a kid cursive, they can guess most of the letters, right? Like some of them, like the capital.
Unless you hit him with that capital, unless you hit him with that capital Q. Like, why is there a 2 here?
I might not even remember that one.
I remember it because I hate it. It's just a 2.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've done cursive other than signature.
That's the thing. You lose it once you figure out your signature. You don't care about any of the other things that you learned there. It's just gone from your brain, dumped.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you write Q wrong, it's just for you anyway, so who cares? It's not like you're going to hand your cursive off to somebody else to read. It's like your notes for your whatever.
That's true.
Wait, can it work on doctors' writing? That would really help the medical community out.
No, that's a technology that none of us can produce.
You don't want that legal
Okay.
liability either. I think we can wrap it up. Anybody have any shows or podcasts or any of the social medias you want to promote?
Yeah, I got a show on August 29th featuring Tommy Cook, Kate Dorr, and Paco Ramon. That's in Battle Creek, Michigan. Comedy in the Creek.
Very cool, very cool. You can always follow my stuff, Deep in Town Comedy, Facebook, Instagram. Whatever I do is usually over there. You can follow my stuff personally, all the shows I'm on, Lisa Green Comedy on Instagram, Elena Banfield Live AF on the 25th as a show I'm producing with Tim Henning. So that's going to be super fun.
Cool. I'm doing the Mark Ridley's contest on September 9th. I'm doing the second round of Sunday Night Funnies contest on Sunday, September 21st. I do the streaming video game thing where I build the video game controllers into the fitness machines.
Ooh.
I see that. There's like a
Dope.
treadmill with a bunch of wires and shit on it. Omni treadmill thing, rowing machine video game thing. But that's a little hobby that I do other than stand up. I stream that on Twitch.
I have nothing to promote, so if anybody's enjoyed me, feel free to ask me to do your show. I'd be happy to come out.
If you have a Facebook,
Oh, Steve Pierce on Facebook. Find me there.
This has been a production of Planet Amp Podcast, powered by Pinecast.